Hi guys, we are here with Mario. He's the head of mobile at Koombea. He's gonna talk to us a little bit about what's coming for mobile in 2017.
Hey, hi guys. Yeah, 2017 definitely is gonna be a great year for mobile. There were a lot of nice trends in 2016 that we hope that will continue in 2017. And also, there's been a lot of new things that are cooking that we believe they're gonna be huge on mobile this year. A few things like Google Instant Apps that were announced last year. A lot of AI that's gonna be in the new applications and the whole intelligence behind what we're doing. Also, location services that are getting really popular and new design trends that are going to be on the mobile space. So we're hoping that 2017 is going to be great.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the Google Instant Apps and how you think those are gonna impact Android and also iOS development?
Well, Google Instant Apps were announced last year in the Google I/O almost a year ago. They're getting pretty behind their schedule. But yeah, so the way that it works is that you get to use a native app without installing the app. So let's say that you're on Twitter and a friend of you shared a video, and then if you click on that video, let's say it's BuzzFeed, you will actually open the BuzzFeed native application in your phone without installing. The way that it works is that it will actually install, but a really small portion of the app, like a few megabytes that's gonna be downloaded in a few seconds. So you will get a really nice native experience without installing the app. You will do get app installed here if you want, but if you don't want, you just remove that and you will continue your web browsing. But the experience that you get was really huge and not that awful web experience on mobile, but sometimes it gets kind of cranky. But getting a native app with all the native power, getting access to the API will give you a better experience. So they actually a few weeks ago they started testing. So we're hoping that this year they're gonna be releasing that. How this will impact development? Well, definitely on Android. If you already have your app installed, you will need to change the app a bit. According to Google, it says that it might take a few days. So we're hoping that that's true, and only with a few days you can get your modules ready for your instant app. In the other side, iOS, well, we on the iOS side do not have that now, but actually, connecting the dots, Apple have been releasing few things like that a few years ago. The first thing was with the iOS 9. Apple released what is called the app thinning, which will help you download only portion of the assets that your app requires instead of downloading the huge download. Also, Apple released in the iOS 902 the on-demand resources. It is really great for huge apps. Let's say a game, you're playing level 1, 2, 3. At that point, you still do not have in your phone the level 5 or level 6 because you haven't get there yet. So the app knows that it shouldn't download that content because you're not there yet. And then when you are playing level 6, then the app itself is gonna be deleting from your phone level 1 and 2. So it's gonna be great because you have a big binary, but in the end you're downloading only portion of the code. Also, Apple have been releasing the extensions. So it started with the extension, then the Apple Watch extension, the TV extensions. So I'm pretty sure that when that time comes and Apple is releasing the instant apps, it will be for developers just doing an extra extensions. And the good thing about Apple is that the whole app thinning, the whole big code thing is only Apple side. they are handling that. So as a developer point of view, you don't have to do anything. So it's gonna be great for developers if Apple decide to do that. I'm pretty sure that it will, because it's Apple and it's copying and innovating from everybody's. So in the other side, Instant Apps is a really nice way to go to using native apps, but if you see it, what's happening behind the scenes, you will notice that actually is going back to the web. Why? Because if you want to install an app and that phrase that, hey, I want to do that, hey, there's going to be an app for that. So there's an app for everything. But you have to go to the store, search, and install. So that step is going to be killed. So if your browser, the web, and you see something that you want to purchase, let's say a camera, a watch, or whatever, you just click in from the web browser and you get the Instant App. So there's no point to go to the store. So it would be great for Google or other search engine because they might be advertising these type of searches. So you get the Instant App on top of your search. So it's gonna be great for them. But for Apple on the other side, since they do not have that, and Apple a few weeks ago actually hit a huge milestone, 50 billions paid to developers. So they're getting the 30% of that. So a lot of the income from Apple is coming from the App Store. So killing the App Store is going to be really huge for them. So I don't see how that will be done, nearly in the future. But definitely Apple should be working on something like that with these extension things.
I was reading the other day about location services, but also about how 50% of small businesses are supposed to have a mobile app developed in 2017. So how do you think these two trends can work together?
Well, definitely this is a year for mobile in general. Definitely, you get to see more people using mobile, not just young people, but you see my mom playing games on their phone. So it means that everybody's moving to phones and smartphones and apps. So definitely that's true. So if it takes only a few days of code to build an app for that, I'm seeing that small businesses doing it, because they want to advertise, they want to get people to use their products, and actually all of the samples that we have been seeing on the Google I/O and all of the samples that what the Instant Apps are all about, they involve a lot of purchasing, a lot of payments, and a lot of searching for a product. So if you are a small business and you want something, you want awareness, definitely doing something like this will help. But other than that, the good thing about the mobile devices is that they do have, the GPS, they have the Bluetooth with the low energy that is great, and probably most of the mobile devices have that always on. So the good thing that this trend of location services is that small businesses and shops don't even have to spend a lot of money on their physical infrastructure, because the location-based services is actually free. So mobile already have a GPS, so they're paying for that service and their data plan. So I don't have to put any GPS system on my store. So it's great because they get to know what the users are doing. They can even get to know how many times you're visiting the store. They will even know how long do you spend in a store. With that being said, location services is going to be great for small businesses on the store, because they will get to know the users, not just selling them more or following the fashion trends, but actually following real data. So you can put a lot of analytics behind that, and that these people of this particular type of segment are actually moving to the store in this specific area, so I can target them directly One other thing is that we've been seeing a huge improvement on the beacon technology. So beacons were good, were popular, but then they kind of slow down. But now you're seeing that the whole movement is getting super strong. Now their batteries are super great and last few years. So it's great for a store that with a few dollars they can get these beacons around their store and they can target and add and do promotion directly on my device and in the store. So there's a lot of things that small businesses and big businesses and business in general can do with this. Definitely location services are one of them. One other thing is that using this type of technology, they can get more awareness of what the business is all about. So we know that one of the top things that influence me more than ads, more than TV, are family and friends. So let's say that a friend of mine went in a store and purchased some shoes or whatever, and they say I'm at this store, and I'm seeing that on my timeline, on my social networks. That brings me awareness of that store is really good, but not just that is good, but my friends are actually going there. So it will bring more visibility, and since they were there and they had a really nice experience, I might go there and have a nice experience myself. So all of these advantages are there, but with this whole trend of mobile on location services getting really popular, we're gonna be seeing a lot of that on the 2017.
Cool. So just some last words of advice for mobile developers or startups that are looking to get something developed in mobile. What are like your recommendations of what they should focus on?
Well, 2017 is gonna be definitely a year for mobile. Not just mobile native development, but also you see a lot of web framework, JavaScript frameworks that are focusing their efforts into development. You see the web progressive mobile apps. You see that not just hybrid web ugly application, but now you see JavaScript frameworks such as React Native, that using JavaScript you can get a native application. So my point is there's a lot of technologies around mobile, so even though that you are a mobile developer or a web developer, you can easily, with one of these tools, easily build a mobile application. One other trend is mobile design is going to the basics. So a few years ago, if you had a really hot design, if the design was breaking the design patterns, it was really great, and the app was awesome to use, not just by its usability, but the way that it looks. But now, you see that design are more focused on the human guidelines and the material design for Android that are really easy to build. So now there's no, now not having a design resources or not having a really nice design team for you is a constraint for building an iOS or Android or mobile application in general. Only using the standards of material design or Apple guidelines, you can get a really nice app, and that's what we're seeing. So my advice would be build a mobile app, use one of the existing tools, even though you are a web developer or front-end developer. There's tons of JavaScript, really good frameworks you can use, and follow the design trends for mobile.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Mario. Thanks to all the mobile team. Look at them. They're here working super hard. Guys, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos from Koombea. Bye.